AFL Live. Hawthorn versus West Coast. Live from Princes Park.
Welcome to Princes Park for what promises to be a magnificent game between Hawthorn and the West Coast Eagles in beautiful conditions here. Well, the Hawks on a high after last week when they played Fitzroy in Hobart and won by 157 points. But they'll need to be in good form to defeat the Eagles here today. Jason Dunstall, the leading goal scorer. Chris Mew has been a vital cog back for Hawthorn. But they'll need to be good because the Eagles are on top of the ladder and undefeated in their 5 matches and have a percentage of 200% going into this game today. Well, the Eagles have certainly come to grips with interstate travel because twice this year they've come to Melbourne and defeated Collingwood, last year's premiers, and Geelong, who are a real threat. And both of those games were at VFL Park, so they've proved that they can win at a finals venue. But Princes Park shouldn't be a bother to them because they've won here before. They, in fact, defeated Hawthorn in the first year of the national comp in 1987, and they beat Carlton here last year. The game also features the 2 leading full forwards in the competition. Jason Dunstall, in some doubt during the week because of an injured ankle, but he's taking his place today, leads the competition with 32 goals. And at the other end, Peter Sumich, just 1 behind him with 31 goals from his matches so far this season. Well, with whatever happens here today, they'll break the deadlock because since the national comp came into being, they played 6 times and have won 3 games each. My co-commentators today, Bernie Quinlan and Dennis Cometti, well, nearly dripping at the mouth looking forward to this game, aren't you, boys?
Yes, big day for the West Coast Eagles too, Drew. They had never won 6 games in a row, so a chance to make some history this afternoon, Bernie, as we take a look at the 2 lineups, beginning with the defence of Hawthorn. Peter Sumich, 31 goals so far this season. Drew mentioned he and Dunstall keys to this game. That's certainly the case.
Halfback line, Chris Mew back after the Achilles operation, playing on the new player for the West Coast Eagles, Turnbull at centre-half forward. McGrath dropped after last week. A fantastic West Coast half-forward line with Hetty and Lewis on the flanks.
Eagles out onto the ground a little bit after the Hawthorn side, and they've made 1 change. They bring in a first gamer today, and so do Hawthorn in bringing in a first gamer, but he is some sort of a player, McGarry medalist and All-Australian.
Back to the lineups. And across the centre line, a lot of talent for both these teams. Pritchard, Condon, Hudson, Wayne Waring, Turley and Matera.
Hawthorn still without Dermot Brereton, of course. Deere doing well at centre-half forward. Whittlesey, the 1988 McGarry medalist, playing on the half-forward flank for Hawthorn.
Ben Allen, a former Claremont player, kicked 7 goals last Sunday in that rout of Fitzroy.
And the followers, Lawrence up against Irving from the West Coast Eagles, Anderson and Platten. Pike Lamb will probably have the tagging job on John Platten.
And on the bench, Peter Wilson back after suspension. He's done that before.
Thank you, Dennis. Very cryptic comment. All right, well, as usual, when the Eagles play in Melbourne, not quite a packed house, but I suppose they are starting to develop some followers. But as you can imagine, about 98% of the crowd will be Hawthorn's way here today in fine conditions. We'll be back for the start of the game shortly.
Hi, I'm Carl England from the West Coast Eagles. You're watching Australia's greatest game here on Channel 7.